Well, I've been told to fear this lane immensely, Underlord plus Rubik. I don't think a Tiny's going to be enthusiastic about going into it.
I think he'll be fine, especially because he has Phoenix.
He's some kind of a chicken. I don't know, Gary. Would look good on barbecue.
Yeah? What's your favorite bit? Kez's thighs. Castle Omi gonna take down the Hoodwink though. Some roadkill hits the deck.
I'm more of a breast guy, you know.
Miera having a very good time though, up at top. So this Underlord into the Tiny seems like he's up there with 12 denies as they're forced to transfer Nightmare off of Arme. Firestorm came out, but they don't have the finishing blow. At the very least, they've put this Tiny in a position where he can't really stand in lane. They're diving.
They're gonna glyph.
Again with a glyph underneath this tier 1 tower and just slice him with a massive...
This just might be it, Gary. This could be it. We saw Ame call out early GG the other day. One more.
A lot of value from it, that's for sure. At least Arme can now clear out the small ghost camp and maybe pull across. So he's taking on every task in that safe lane. Phoenix is now meandering down elsewhere to try and help out, guard this 6-minute active room.
Still level 5.
Storm without the ball lightning, trying to position himself to get pumped down to low ground. But that's the swashbuckle opening up now for the Pangolier. The final bit of burning damage from X-Nova gets him the kill. Even with the Bane and Rubik there, unable to do anything to save their mid laner, but at least they get the Arcane Rune. I've had enough of having spears and storms and stuff thrown at my face.
It's the intelligence heroes that got this item nerfed. Queen of Pains and Storms and such.
Yeah, exactly. Children being guarded up top, but it's down bottom where FY throws out the Acorn shot. GBK just going to zip over the top while the Sunray's there on to save. Nothing to save, but the final swashbuckle gets the final touch for that Pango to get the kill. Reduce all the damage with their freaking items and heroes. They've brought it back in a different way. Now, another rune battle. Storm and Pango going straight in for it, but it's spawned up top. They've got the Doom on the Storm, though, as Kez will arrive, trying to get on the Pango with a grip and a damage, but he breaks free. Swashbuckle the safety, and the Supernova landing, diving in onto this massive go. The Kez Avalanche is slain by XXS. 3 in a row, make it 4 wide, don't you? Extreme Gaming slam the first team fight, and maybe a team wipe. This Underlord, he came in to help, tried to go back through the door, but it's been shut and slammed in his face. One more little bit of malice, but an avalanche from Arme right back in the game, fully recovered, and Extreme Gaming, beautifully executed.
Full team wipe, 12 minutes in. Usually we don't see that. Everybody brought the numbers. Even
swing.
Yeah, like you can see that they need that storm damage. They got the initial bushwhack on top of him with the Doom follow-up, so he wasn't able to do much, and GPK immediately TPs to the bottom lane. They know that they have these big teamfight ultis, Rolling Thunder, Supernova, so they want to use the opportunity. Fusel Blade is getting delivered to Not Gonna Stay. GPK has no mana whatsoever.
3 wand charges, puts him like to 200. He can zip. Wait, where's he go? Where's he going? He zips back into them? I thought he'd zip away, but he dies anyway. Right, the P in GPK stands for pissed. Dies, comes back in, tries to get aggressive, dies again. Unfortunate for Bet, but very good for Extreme though. Okay, you lose X-Nova and his little kill streak, but you're straight onto a tier 1 tower now.
Yeah, it seems like they needed those items to be available. Kiritich does have Mage Slayer right now, and there's still no pipe available, but a good bit of malice on the 2 of them. And the pullback.
Grab 1 kill, FY dead. XXS on the run. A Lotus to use, but he's been nightmared back in towards Miero now. Let's see if they can finish him off with a few punches. Another Firestorm. I don't know about this.
Kiritich is coming.
XXS has been marked up and finally killed off.
All right, trying to stabilize a little bit after that disastrous fight. They lost the mid tower. They lost GPK twice, so his game. And Hoodwink has Road of Atos, so you can initiate onto Storm Spirit easily. It's very annoying for Kez to play against it as well. He doesn't have Deso yet available. GPK. I don't know man's land.
Pissed and killed. Down he goes. Just need to figure out what the G stands for now. It's not great, that's for sure.
It's very annoying to play against Tiny, because you, as a support, you need to invest a lot into sentries, and now Kiritich might die in the same spot. There is sentry available. Road of Atos.
Oh, they got the bushwhack. They'll lift up the Tiny, but the Avalanche and the combo, hang on, turn around. They've got the Supernova by Arme's side. No Sunray to heal him just yet, though, as Arme turns to try and fight, but they've blown him up along with the egg. Extreme Gaming didn't bring the numbers in fast enough, and thanks to Save, are able to turn this one around. 26-minute rune. A roll-up even. All right, nothing to say, go straight for it. Now, pit down in the river means XXS has to grab the double damage while the Rubik gets rolled on. Nothing to say, changes targets, but realizes it's not something they want to get bogged down in. This team fight going up high ground into a staircase is pretty nasty.
Ooh, bounces, dealing quite a lot of damage there. XXS definitely wants to go in.
Ooh.
Gets the Doom off, BKB.
Likes his FY, but you're right, the Doom here onto the Kez. Maybe if Pango and Tiny can catch up to this one, but Storm has zipped in to help. Supernova on their heads. The Kez has fallen, and now an Avalanche tossed up, but this damn Bane has been found. Sunray, Supernova, everything used to top them all up. So they lose their Hoodwink, but they get their Kez kill, which is big. Yeah, it's on the Radiant side of the river, but it's the Dire who have the terrain advantage. That's Roshan. Gets started by Bedboom, but the wraparound is coming. No Phoenix, but a three-man smoke maneuver into the Roche pit, roll up inside, trying to aim, but the
getting cracked outside.
Does get pushed out, breaks free as he gets doomed up, but the Underlord, he's going to get pummeled down by Roche and the Extreme Gaming heroes. Puts down another pit, while Kez is still ticking down, hides in the tree line. Pangolier over on the other side of the cliff top. An Avalanche comes in onto Rubik. Storm Spirit catches Doom now. GPK tries to finish off XXS. A little bit more damage is what's required, and he has it. The Sunray's not enough to keep him alive, but Arme is clearing up house. Kiritich going to try and lift back up.
Healing a lot.
Into 80% health again from low, but Arme's BKB Tiny is too much to handle. A triple kill for him. Maybe more if they can just stop this TP with the damage. They just whack him.
It's too much. He has almost 500 damage with the double hit. He even gives him the Solar Crest in the end.
They are going into a very dark map. Only one Radiant Observer Ward, which is sat in the mid lane, giving them no information whatsoever. Whereas
he broke.
Staircase being held here by Extreme, but they see the Hoodwink. GPK with a zip to high ground. Katomi and FY traded out lives as these hits on the floor get pretty annoying, but the chase forward from MTS and Arme. Underlord, BKB TP, gets himself home safely. He even gets doomed. I say safely.
Now he's gonna tick down.
He's ticking down in Fountain.
He's dead.
Can't heal, can't survive. His poor little piggy, just watching him die.
He even tried to put the Aghanim Scepter in his backpack, try to let Rubik, let Firestorm, and let Kez deal the damage. Because Kez is level 25, does have that one extra strike on Echo Splash.
Yeah, it feels like you need these longer fights. They do start out with a lot of damage onto Arme, though. Oh, he's been sent skywards, actually lands down and dies outside of base.
Nice toss back. He actually got him in mid. Harpoon.
And now with these hits being put on the floor and a grip onto nothing to say, cancelled out, though, by Arme. Kataomi blown up completely as the Doom gets chucked in onto Miero. Sent back to Fountain one more time, and a crashing ball of death and destruction stops Kiritich from having
Miero's
any
kicking
answers.
down again in the Fountain.
GPK is coming in, though, with a Vortex, allowing Kez to get on top of some heroes, but you're right, Miero's dead in Fountain. Supernova focused as X-Nova falls, but nothing to say in Army, trying to turn this one back with FY catching up to Kiritich. The bushwhack lands, but parrying away, he's not going to be able to spin his way out of this one. Another hero down, another toss into the sky, Save will fall. 3 members still alive, though, for Betboom as they buy back on 2. Arme with the BKB TP. And he's going to get out of there. Nothing to stop him.
These are very expensive buybacks,
Oh.
especially one on Kiritich.
The lift up, counteracted by the blink away. You know, you're dead for a minute. You've just got to be zen about things. Think about the good in the world. Like the fact you're playing Rubik and it's your favorite hero. And GPK, he's got a long zip in here to catch the Pango. Roll up and Doom comes in. Oh man, a bit off more than they can chew here. The pits are annoying. Kiritich is going to try and utilize this moment to get onto Arme, but he's got BKB up as the Tiny. And XXS was getting a gap away from the bird, but Kiritich makes short work of him. But this Greg with the Sunray burning into Kiritich. Arme turns and hits into him as a close fought battle, but the bird will lose out. Kataomi going to fall as well here now. The Bane left stranded out on an island. No Kez for 2 minutes. Storm and Bane with buyback, but Extreme Gaming another decisive teamfight victory. Easy as you like for Extreme Gaming now, getting up to high ground and finishing off the tier 3 mid. Yeah, you're right, the Underlord very irritating to deal with, but with a jump hex out of FY, Nightmare save not enough. The Abyssal Blade stunned, the crashing roll, the Thunder hits, but the grip, hang on, save.
Oh, save, he's back to Fountain.
actually stays alive. This grip has bought some time. Maybe Bedboom can hold on to this with a GPK zip in, Vortex, and the damage. They've whacked down MTS. The Pango's gone, base has been held.
Gotta respect their base defense. This is something that you can just completely ignore, and
But it's Arme who has to lead out, and it's going to put him under vision. And Storm Spirit, straight zip in, aiming on Arme and forcing him to BKB early on. In comes the Pango roll. XXS is trying to move forward, but there's a stolen Doom. We'll see what that plays out, but Kiritich is being annihilated, sniped out by FY. Katomi disappears as well, and now Miero save, left stranded. Well, Arme just opens up on them. XXS is left alone to die. The Doom got thrown on Pango, so he'll take out. So Betboom can get a couple of core kills.
Pango's actually fine,
No,
but
he
the stolen
survived.
Doom, it seems like the call was, we are going all in, managing to kill Doom, building items that actually give you AoE, and then tier 5 neutral item, which was a tier 4 neutral item before, which made it super OP. The Zune Blood Right, so 60% larger AoE.
Ooh. Nightmare BKB, get some distance, grip there on Pango. Maybe we can do something here as Bedboom. Supernova Sunray's backing him up, and this Doom charges in towards the backline, so Bedboom have to scatter. FY tries to get a catch on Miero. Another pit lands down onto 4 of them, so they can't keep going. They're held back, stopped in their tracks. And now maybe another go with another pit forward. Kiritich wants to arrive. The teleport out by Doom, safely back in Fountain, while the Phoenix, the egg, is being focused. Can't be saved by Arme, so Kiritich gets the kill. Now Tiny, hang on a second, can we jump in with a Vortex grab? Arme's in trouble, can't be saved, he's down and out. Betboom, they're back in this game, you know. Kiritich grabs the double kill on the doorstep of Roshan.
Gaben knew all this way. What did he give them? 66%. They did not lose a single barracks.
Are they going in?
GPK, thinking about jumping in.
A gate, into pit, and then GPK zips in, kills it. Hoodwink down. Kiritich starts on another tier 3. In comes Nothing to Say. Buyback from FY. AoE Doom, lift up save. Onto Miero. Underlord trying to get away. The focus on the back, though, is the Pango gripped up. He's been dealt with. Forced out. Kiritich resets. They've killed Miero, but he'll buy back and return to the fight as they lose the Rubik now, and everyone's buying back. Come into this one as the big circles land in. XXS has to BKB and run. Katomi dies, buys himself back as well. XXS nearly about to fall, but gets into his base safe for now. Another pit is going to catch them, but the Storm has fallen. Betboom, do we buy back another? The Storm Spirit can.
Taking.
Extreme Gaming are 5 alive again. Arme's on the front line trying to deal with Kiritich, but he's still got the Aegis. Even if you kill his Kez once, it's still problem town as the Tiny's getting pummeled down. Kiritich, can he get there? Trying to move forward, but he's been turned into a little piggy. First life gone out of the bird now. XXS and Nothing to Say get back to their base with the BKB still up. AoE Doom onto Kiritich as well, but they can't follow through just yet. It's the Storm and the Kez moving on in, going deep onto the Pango and the Tiny, and they've done it now. They've cracked the rock, chipped away at it. Tiny's gone for 2 minutes. There's no Phoenix either.
They've done it, Gary. They still have buyback available on Kiritich. He wants to reset, try to get some extra bit of HP. Not nice for Extreme Gaming.
We had 9 buybacks in that. Kez still has his. He's going to go for tier 4s, knowing that he can return. Doesn't matter all that much if he dies. Even if he does, they're still going to try and go for him, but they've lost FY now for 2 minutes. Rolling Thunder connecting onto Kez, a Cyclone into the sky. The AoE Doom is doing all sorts of work, but the Doom himself will fall, sent back down to the 7th layer of hell. Kez is about to fall, but he's going to buy back still ready. And the Pango left alone, the only hero remaining for Extreme Gaming, going to beep back to base. Into that fountain where you belong, rooted up, pitted, and held in place.
You're not allowed to leave your base, pretty much, and they're going to be ready to close it out. 20 seconds without Tiny. I don't think they have enough. He also did put in Desolator, making sure that he has that extra bit of a minus armor as well. Lincoln's here in his backpack. They're ready to close it out. GG's going to be called.
I can't believe it.
For the first time, they actually end the game, and Extreme Gaming still in network lead. 4K network lead for them.
I can't believe it. It's like the Australian coral reef. You can see it from space. Incredible. 32. I mean, yeah, like you said, they're down net worth, they're down kills. They were down this entire game, but they come back and take game 1. Betboom with the victory.
I don't actually know how strong PL is. Like, how do you guys feel about this hero? Because I feel like for me, this hero used to be like you see it and it loses every single time.
What it's looked like to me is because it's picked in good games, and I've seen Natoro lose with it. I saw Ame lose with it.
And I see that it's looking good in this bottom lane, but there's also a lane that we need to talk about, and that's the mid lane.
Yeah, already this Pango being shoved away and almost solo killed straight up by GPK. He's got another Scatter Blast, so might be able to finish the job here and get that first blood for himself. Straight 1v1.
That's massive. That's actually so big. He's going to be able to pick up both water runes because Pango doesn't have enough to buy a bottle. Extra item that you get, extra bit of a sustain, which could potentially snowball out of control. Bane's also level 3.
Yeah, Nightmare back into Kiritich. FY getting Echo slashed. Trying to bushwhack, but Tree is gone. Fairy Fire used, but not enough. Down he goes. And although we have seen some tremendous Timbersaw performances today, all on Amar.
Has 2 Lotuses, eats 1, has Raindrop on top of that, knowing that Ame is not willing to invest as much gold into these consumables compared to him. Mortimer's Kisses, they are ready.
Yeah, we're diving this. They stuck around for long enough to get the Nightmare
They
lift.
need them.
Blow up, nothing to say. He's straight up not having a game. This Pangolier is just out of things.
Maybe Lich is not going to be going for it, and now he shows Miro, level 5, almost level 6. As we said, not too many things to stop Miro from playing aggressive other than Sinister Gaze.
Double Wisdom Shrine. And Miro diving under tower, looking for X-Nova. Don't know if he's bitten off more than he can chew, but he's hit level 6 and has the Pulverize to finish the job, with Mortimer's Kisses landing in towards Ame as well. They'll force the Doppelganger. And Soul Ring, Lotus, Miro.
Ace Boots ready.
A little
Eats
bit
the Lotus.
Regen to keep on diving. They missed the cookie, but they've got to lift up into Scatter Blast, and now another trample to bring him down. The perfect flow here for BetBoom as they hit this early game stride, 6-0. The 2 roaming supports have made their move. Play into mid, play into bot, Snapfire shift there, back to farming, and now they can put a bit more pressure on XXS again. A hero that absolutely offers threat, but not when he's surrounded on all 3 sides.
This is just a disastrous start for them.
It's just a matter of putting up the big wall, create a barrier in front of your Ancients to try and protect them, but you don't have that hero. Like you were saying, you don't have a Pango to bully and bodyguard, so it's just a quick Snapfire ulti to clear Ancients. Kataomi with save alongside, gets the grab onto FY. Frost Shield buys a little bit of time for him to slip away, and on 20 health he will survive, but now they're left open for another kill onto Pangolier, and the grip is here onto Lich as well. It is a straight up disaster. I don't think I've seen a sweep this hard in a long time. 9-0, 4K lead, minute 10? That might not be the case right now, but it's getting there. It's going that direction. And we've seen already Ame pretty willing to tap out when things are not going his way. So far, he's been killed the once, trying to farm up. Being dived under his tier 1 though by a Kez and a Primal. And he's at half health, but turning with XXS, but here comes the spin, kill off Ame's PL. Miro skips away from danger. They do get their first kill as Save dies, but now you've lost bottom tier 1 tower, and in the jungle, GBK is going to TP home. Well, the first kill up on the board for Extreme Gaming. They've already cleared the stacks, but they're just making sure that Extreme have nothing to play for. Bottom is scary. Ame's trying to like cut wave and get away from Primal. Snap Illusions are moving into this jungle area, and Miro just going to go straight in onto the PL. Pulverize into the grip. Plenty of disable. Dead again on the Phantom Lancer. It's devastation. BetBoom bringing their A game here.
When your position 5 can buy Ether Lens, and I'm not gonna flame it. It's probably the shittiest item in the whole Dota that you can buy from position 5, but in a game like this, it's definitely okay.
Now they don't finish off XXS through the grip and the damage of Kez. They need GBK to get into the back with the final touch of damage. He's a little isolated though now and trying to skip away with a potential TP home. No, he says I'm going to go and try and kill off this PL, but he's sliced by the swashbuckle, and Save doesn't finish the job. Ame gets out of there, but in comes the pulverizing Miro. Primal Beast to slam down onto the Pangolier. Take him down a notch as they trade 3 for 1. FY with a bushwhack holds them back. And Extreme Gaming reset. Looks like Ame is going to go for that Manta into Ags. You need to tank up. You know there's no kill threat out of an Orchid in this kind of game. Just try and get to your scaling. Oh man, they found him. Oh, I thought he was going to be able to TP out, but the reactions of BetBoom are just too quick.
Seems like they're not done. GPK. Oh, look at this damage.
Stolen Chakram into the GPK right clicks. FY into the trees, but the entire habitat has been shredded. Double Wisdom Shrine though, Extreme Gaming. It's a pretty good item on this Snapfire, especially with all the talents. Split out all the gunshot. Miero trying a Blink BKB catch, but he disengages Extreme Gaming, and now potential. With that BKB being spent, Timbersaw to play forward. Kiritic does have that Aegis, so not too bothered if he dies. And there's GPK with his amplified damage rune, which could cause problems. In comes NTS though, rolling onto the Bane, and the back lines have saved. They'll focus on the Bane first and finish him off quickly.
Nice pull from X-Nova.
Just in case him back, but the Pulverize comes in with the Kisses landing forward. They'll deal with the X-Nova Lich. XXS, very tanky. Can't output enough damage, and Arme, the real one, has been scouted. Gets a little bit of distance away from Kiritic though. And in comes the rest of BetBoom though. Onto the Timbersaw, shredding through him with a Stolen Chakram. A few more touches will do the job as Kiritic picks up the double kill. Now X-Nova,
He bought back for this.
He did indeed, and he's about to die as well. Finished off by GPK. Bleeding out, Extreme Gaming. They try to get something going there with a bit of momentum, but it all falls apart. Pango rolling in, Lich casting spells into the wave, but they just cannot do it against this Primal Beast, who's holding that BKB Pulverize for a moment to strike. Timbersaw instead is going to frontline, but that means again, Kez spins around, life steals a bit, heals to half HP, and now the move is made on in. Sinister Gaze doesn't work out, and XXS is blasted down, dead for 70 seconds. Varix exposed one more time as the Chain Frost keeps on bouncing. Bane comes in for another round, and the first life from that Kez is taken out.
Yeah, Lich just died pretty much to Lil Shredder. The extra bit of a damage that's Daedalus, Gunpowder Gauntlet on top of that. Yeah, I think we should also add Eagle flying out every single time somebody purchases an Eagle song. I think that's a good addition to the stream as well.
Yeah, and if you buy the Reaver, Messerschmitt comes out to say hello as well.
I don't know who that is.
No?
I mean, not lore-wise, no, but this was the name of the item back in Dota 1 days. Maybe even at the start of Dota 2.
Did Mystic Staff has always been Mystic Staff, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Mystic's boring name, isn't it? Should have been the name of the Mystic. Nostradamus' staff. Hello. Pulverize in on Timbersaw. Tons of damage to dump into XXS and dead for 70 seconds. Arme into the backline to kill on Kataomi. Can he get it? Oh, yes he can. One takedown. Phantom Lancer is gone as well though. 80 seconds on the sidelines. Lich buys back, so does Bane. Pango killed again and again. GG called. This has been a long time coming, a foregone conclusion, what felt like since the draft. As BetBoom take the series 2-0. We thought we'd be here all night the way the first game went, but...
Yeah, they decided to play turbo game in this second game. Super strong lanes, making sure that everything is going their way, especially this last pick. When he's locked in, this guy's locked in, you can always count on him to be able to do some amazing stuff.
Enough of a shellacking to feed everyone M&Ms for the next several centuries. Disgusting performance from BetBoom. They were just handled